It's been a while since I've recorded a video here, so I thought this would be a really good time. Those of you are probably wondering, why am I wearing sunglasses? So let's dive right in. Saturday I did my last tempo run, 10 miles with a buddy of mine. It went really well. We held a 6:23 pace per mile, and a little slower than I wanted, but I came out a little hot, so that was my own fault. But overall, I was very satisfied with the run. Did not do it in my racing shoes, did it in a pair of trainers. So honestly, I think I got a little more in the tank come race day. That being said, Saturday afternoon, I started feeling a little itch in my eye, and I was really confused because I didn't really do anything, but I must have gotten sand in my eye when I was running that morning. And that led to the itching getting worse. I called a family friend who's an eye doctor, and he told me to come in tomorrow, and hopefully it'll start, going away once I sleep it off. In the meantime, he called me in some eye drops, and I used those, but at the time it didn't really do anything. I went to sleep that night, and I woke up at 3 a.m. and was up basically just pacing around my apartment for the next several hours until the sun rose. And then I started calling my family and friends, and I got zero answers. And I was like, okay, either my cell phone is not working, or nobody wants to pick up, or I'm calling too early on a weekend. Anyways, long story short, I continued to pace around. My eyes started getting more and more red, and I had this issue where when the light was coming into my eye in any direction, it didn't matter if I was covering my eye or I was wearing a bandana over my eye, it would be like blasting pain in the center of my eyeball, like someone was pulling my eye out of its socket. It killed. I knew something was obviously wrong at this point. I've had some minor ulcers in the past, but it's been probably 10, 12 years since I've had that happen. And so I waited another day until Monday, went in first thing this morning, 8:45 to get checked out. When the eye was being looked at, my doctor was like, whoa, this is very infected, it's swollen, and my vision is currently off. So he put some drops in my eye to relieve the pain and relieve the light that was causing the eye to be so uncomfortable. So that helped a little bit, but he wanted me to go see a cornea ulcer specialist. So I went to Beaumont Hospital at around 11:20 this morning to get that checked out. And he also said the same thing. He's like, whoa, this is extremely infected. Your eye is completely red. And the nurse that actually walked in before him, she did a few tests on my eye just to look at it and take some pictures, and I don't know what else she did, but I told her I had a half marathon coming up this Sunday, and she's like, yeah, you will not be racing that. And I looked at her and I said, ha, that's what they always tell me. I will be on that start line come Sunday. So doctor came in, said the same thing, and he basically gave me a prescription for two different eye drops. One that I take every 12 hours, and the other I take every hour during the day and then every 2 hours at night. So I'll be on and off throughout the whole night in order to speed the process up of getting my contacts in by Saturday before it's go time. So both doctors, basically came to the same conclusion, which is great. We were on the same page. And they obviously both understand, as they're both cyclists as well. Even though I'm running this weekend, they understand sports. You want to get back after it. We got to do whatever we possibly can to get this taken care of. So that's the downside, and that's why I'm wearing sunglasses, because no matter what light hits me, I had to put light in the back just so we could have some light to this video. But for the most part, I need it to be dark because it absolutely kills, and I need as little light as possible. So, but I think this kind of suits the video nicely. On the bright side, it's been almost 10 months since I had my knee surgery, and the knee is doing a phenomenal job with recovery. I'm extremely happy. I've had a little bit of sore calves on my left and right, and mainly my left, and I think that's because I was really dominating the left leg when I first was able to start running again. and probably, you know, put a little too much pressure. And what my PT trainer really focused on at the end of PT when I started to run again, was I was going on this treadmill that was like weight balance. And so what we would do is, it was really important to get 50% on each foot so that every step I was taking was equal. Now, that was great until I started running harder and harder, and then I ended up running too much on the left, as I said, and I definitely aggravated it. So then I started running a little bit harder on my right, and then the right got aggravated, and then I started having some shin problems, and I was like, oh my God, am I developing plantar fasciitis? And the answer was yes. I totally was developing it, so I had to step up the recovery. I mean, now I'm doing ice baths 4 days a week. I do my foam roller, I do my Theragun, I do my recovery boots, Air Relax, and then I do, there's a few things I ordered on Amazon that are supposed to help with the, like, standing on top of these like spiked balls that are supposed to be good for plantar fasciitis. And in addition, I ordered a TRX sports like rubber band thing, and I constantly stretch the hamstrings and the calves and my abductors and the hips, so everything is as loose as possible. My recovery is, I would say, I was trying to think, I spend probably about 25 minutes in the morning before I go on my runs, just making sure that I'm completely stretched out and everything's loose before I get on the road or on the treadmill. So yeah, that's about it. I thought that since I haven't given a long video in a while, this would be a good time to do it. I know this is probably longer than expected, but I thought it was important to get everything out. I'm sitting at home right now, as it's very hard for me to look at my work laptop, mainly just doing calls, because like I said, anytime I look into a screen or anything, I get like immediate pain in my eye. But we're 6 days out until Malibu, California half marathon. It's been, I want to say, about 15 months since I've raced anything, whether that's half Ironmans or half marathons. And so I'm really eager to get on the start line. I've been training really, really hard to smash my PR. And so I'm really looking forward to boarding this flight later this week, as long as I get the clear from the doc, which I have 2 more appointments this week, just to make sure we're locked in and ready to go. So I look forward to seeing everyone on the start line and at the finish. Thank you. Shout out Overtime. Most comfortable sweatshirts I own right now. Shout out Oakley. Amazing sunglasses that I'll be wearing Sunday for the race, because it's about to be sunny up in LA. Can't wait to get there. Thanks.